First, take out your intake tube and your air box, give you a little bit more room. Next, you got 3 bolts, Torx T30, I think. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to take out 2 bolts on this. There's one that's a 10 millimeter. Down here is a 12. You'll need a wrench for that. Next, we're going to remove the bolt. Goes to the ignition wire for the intake heater. This bolt right here. Have one clip on the back. Flip over, unbolt. Now you're going to remove the plug for the EGR valve actuator. Easiest way to remove the plugs. Push the tab in. Get you a large flathead screwdriver. Find some place to pry against. Once you get it past the connector point, it'll pop right off. We need to remove this clip right here from the charged air cooler intake tube or whatever it's called. Best way to do it, get a small screwdriver, pry up underneath one side, then you'd be able to pop it out. You need to make sure you unplug your harness here, here and here. If you push down on this little tab right here, you can unzip that. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bolts. Well, bolts and nuts. 2 here, 2 in the back, 2 right there. This one right here on the far end has a little clip for the wiring harness, so once you pull that nut off, you can move this whole thing back. And then after that, you can lift this whole tube out, but I can't do it with one hand. Alright, whole intake or whatever off. Remove the EGR valve actuator, 4 screws, Phillips head. And then take off these 4. This is a Allen. I'm not sure what size yet. Looks like this is a maybe a 10. Let me double check. 10 or 12, I guess. So 12 millimeter for a nut down there. Feels like another hex. Then you can take this part off. Then you'll be able to slide the wiring harness in front, and you can lift the tube out. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Getting that out was a pain in the ass. I was hoping that I could just pull this wiring harness forward and then it'd pop right out, but I ended up having to pull the wiring harness out of the plastic tray. Then I loosened the clip on the tube there and slid this back, and then I was able to stuff the wiring harness back behind it, and then I could lift it out. I've looked at instructions online, but all the ones I've found, they don't have anything for getting that tube out. So that right there helped somebody, I hope. We're gonna remove these bolts. There's one right there, one right in there. Then you'll have your bolts in back too. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna wait on removing the coolant lines. I have not drained the system, so that will be the last thing I do. Okay, this thing's been kicking my ass. Anyway, the 2 bolts in the very back that hold the exhaust onto the EGR bullshit. The one nut in the very bottom, it would not come loose. Skinned up my hand and lost about 3 12mm wrenches down there. Got all of those back, but anyway, I even tried a swivel ratchet, couldn't break it loose. There's just no room to just get in there and put any type of torque on it. I ended up using a wrench, a cable, and a slide hammer to get it to finally break loose. But spent probably an hour just on that one damn nut down there. Anyway, get those loose. Got another 12mm bolt. It's a long one right here. It holds that on. After that, you need to break, I think that's 11mm down there. Let's see, yeah. I already taken it out, but you can take that loose. That'll allow you to move this line over, and then you can yank this whole piece up. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, we got the block off plate installed back there. Then we installed the support bracket. You have to take one of those bolts out. And we got the block off plates installed on here. The long bolts will go on that. Okay, we got the heater hose installed coming from the heater core and back into the block down there. I don't know if you can see it in the video. You can see that line follow it around, goes in there. Anyway, got these two bolts installed. This bracket's not lining up how I would like it to. I left these bolts loose. I gotta work on that. Okay, here's where I am right now. I got the tube on, wiring harness, cover back on. Kind of cheated on the video. I'm just trying to hurry up and get it done now. I've been working on it for like 4 hours, mainly due to that damn bolt in the back I couldn't get out. Spent like an hour and a half just on that one nut back there. But yeah, right now just putting everything back together. He does have a PVC reroute kit. I'm going to install that as well while I'm putting all this back together.